Yo, Born. Show them how we do this, man. BTBTV. We bully the bullies. No run, no retreat. Yeah. BTBTV. One more time for y'all in the back. Y'all slow ninjas. Right. Yo. John Gotti flow, rap Pomelo, Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Yo,
you got to off your background, bro.
Like, yo, I gotta post. I wake up, everyday mission is $1 million notes, dominoes, bodies drop, rock stink like holotos. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything they said I couldn't have. Got that and then some, and then some. My ones on overload, say you overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope. The okie-doke, we don't go for that. Harsh rope, another tale from the street.
That's the horror flow.
The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street. Homicide the foes who wanna play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street. Black Mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street like an opera show. These kids be acting till they life movie curtain closed. Nowadays your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666, the devil on his shoulder won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block, trying to run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he's tough to play with. He don't go to play around.
Christian, peace,
we can't miss. We can hit the talking with our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the foe who want to play till them guns scream like adios. Another tale from the street, Black Mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street like an opera show. These kids be acting until they like movie curtain close. Yeah.
BTBTV, it's the movement.
It's the movement, man. You're born. You're born, let's get him. Let's get him.
Let's get him, boy.
We up in here, man. Hood famous.
Yo, peace to the 5% nation and guys and nerfs. Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahmatullah, to all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. This is the King of New Jersey. This is New Jersey Gangster Chronicles. Mr. East with BTBTV 2. This is all about Jersey. This is all about the gangsters, the rappers, the actors, the actresses, the entertainers, the athletes. All about New Jersey. Gangster Chronicles of New Jersey. We doing it up. I just started this page. It's my second page. I'm trying to get it a pop. So I want everybody to like, share, subscribe, and pass this shit on. This is how we doing it. Yo, salute. We're going to start this off, right? I want to start when the Grape Street first really got known and really got popping in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take the beginning real quick.
Okay.
When they was about to, they ran down Chief Keef. There we go. Yo, this is C Blazing News right here. Hold on. Let's go.
Man, body music, Diamond Ring, Black Pearl, man. We turn up. Hey, yo, this is what we do, man. Body music, Diamond Ring, Black Pearl, man. We turn up is real. Hey, yo, Nick, I'm frustrated, too.
It's fair use.
Your boy, Cash Detroit. Baby Luke, 103rd, Jordan down. We got a message. We Jersey. We got an issue for you, Chief.
I got an issue for you. You disrespect my block. All headshots. I ain't playing with you. South over Sosa. Shoot on sight. Pussy. Play with me. Come through. And we was waiting for you on Twitter. We had the grips out and everything. Why you ain't come through?
Jersey don't love you. You get no money in my state. You get no money in my state. Fuck you, Chief. Fuck you, Chief.
Fuck Chief Keef. And you lucky I was the one that grabbed your chain because that shit would have came with me. Pussy.
Man, everybody know what it is.
Yo, so if y'all don't know, I'm gonna let y'all know. When Chief came to Elizabeth, New Jersey, he wasn't. Everybody thought it was in Newark when it happened. He came to Elizabeth, New Jersey. The young boys in Elizabeth, New Jersey, took Chief Keith chain and give him some work. You know what I'm saying? So he got on the internet talking about I'm gonna blow Jersey up. You know what I'm saying? You say
I didn't know that.
even if it's Elizabeth, Newark will say something. We right next door, 5-10 minutes apart, depending on where you live in Elizabeth and Newark. You know what I mean? So we definitely, you know what I'm saying? We definitely stick together when it comes to that out of town shit. Jersey,
Right.
we always stuck together, really. You know what I'm saying? Even though we might beef for each other, you can get nobody else beef with us. That's just how it was. So I'm gonna let y'all finish sharing this, and we're gonna get it popping, man. Hold on, let me go back.
This great shit started on the West Coast. Now we rocking it out on the East. Shout out to all the niggas who represent. All right,
All right, this right here. Now I was locked up with these dudes right here. All these dudes I was in affairs with right here. We're about to go right now, you know what I'm saying? I just want to let you hear what they had to say about Chief Keef. I don't want to play that music because I don't want to get a strike for it. But my time ain't even monetized anyway, so it don't even matter. Right? It don't even matter, do it? It don't even matter because I'm not monetized yet anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. You just run the numbers up now. You get to do what you want to do right now. The only thing to do is copyright claim. When you get ready to get up there, you just take that clip out. That's what I'm going to do anyway. When I get up to the point where I get to, I'm going to take the clip out and just run with it.
We go right here. Yo, that nigga Cashapp Troy, we was all in the feds together. I'm gonna go back. Let me play it from again. That nigga right there, we was in the feds together and shit.
That's crazy.
MC Blaze, my boy Hamel. You'll see my boy Hamel in a minute. Here we go, y'all. Let's start it again.
Baby Luke, 103rd, Jordan down. We got a message. We Jersey. We got an issue for you, Chief.
I got an issue for you. You disrespect my block, all headshots. I ain't playing with you. South over Sosa, shoot on sight, pussy, play with me. Come through. And we was waiting for you on Twitter. We had the Grips out and everything. Why you ain't come through?
Jersey don't love you. You get no money in my state. You get no money in my state. Fuck you, Chief. Fuck you, Chief.
Fuck Chief Keef. And you lucky I was the one that grabbed your chain because that shit would have came with me. Pussy.
Man, everybody know what it is.
See how deep them niggas is, bro?
This great shit started on the West Coast. Now we rocking it out on the East. Shout out to all the niggas who represent the street worldwide. GIP with all the soldiers. Free all the homies that's locked up. G's up, nigga. We crazy.
Free the homies. All them niggas locked up, bro. All them niggas locked up like 20 years or better, yo.
Nigga, we crazy. We crazy. Nigga, we crazy. We crazy.
Oh, Bahama right there. With all black one.
My nigga, we raping and we all up. You ain't nobody faking. All that nigga go fast and stay not
Somebody sitting with the fed.
I'm a boss nigga, I got hella batches. Ain't nothing me to throw the ass kid package, huh? Hey, since the young and I've been in another jumping, getting that guap, getting that guap. From the east to the west, take a shot to the cheese on rock, cheese on rock. Getting that guap.
Now, man, you come through with the right to get dealt with, man. Don't play around, man. Big guns and shoes, man. Big straps, man. It's like big guns and jaws, nigga. It's crazy. Shotgun shook, saying that.
Shout out to Suge on that.
Huh?
I said that's Shotgun Suge right there. That's my nigga right there. Shout out to Shotgun Suge.
Motherfuckers be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
Nigga, we great.
Free to serve. Free to serve, man. Free street.
Nigga, we great. We great. Nigga, we great. Great Riz. Yeah,
nigga, we great.
Just imagine what I go through. Sometime 103rd day. I'm the one who put you right up and tripped out. Nigga, you can do a survey. Every nigga take drop raise on the trick out. I'm a certified G, so I'm saying. Hands off, let me speak it. Young niggas take me like tough from a Crips to reason back.
Back up.
Made an impact on the culture. Niggas don't do it, put you on my streets. If I didn't know more, nigga, who would I be? Won't find another that'll do it like me. Talk to me on the steps, I do it my G. Something got away, but they never made it out. Got me in the zone, I'm a celebrated now. Get it down, had a whole set fire. To the town.
Cashapp Konjbtbtv right under Blaze.
The literal was big bro, you ever would need.
I got damn near 100. They got 9 years too, bro. Decades. This one got them on the radar, bro. This one they messed up with, you know what I'm saying? You heard me?
I ain't hear what you said.
This one they messed up, but this guy on the radar right here.
Yo, this what we do, man. Bottom music, Diamond Ring, Black Pearl, man. The turn up is real.
Hey, yo, Nick, I'm frustrated too. That's your boy Cash Detroit.
Baby Luke, 103rd, Jordan down. We got a message. We Jersey. We got an issue for you, Chief.
I got an issue for you. You disrespect my block. All head shit.
Yo, like I would tell you, that's song right there. That's right after that nigga Chief Keef came to Elizabeth, got robbed, got beat up for his chain, all that shit. He got back to Chicago talking shit on the internet, talking about I'm gonna blow Jersey up. Fuck Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
I said, oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Word up. And now I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna go through the history. Then I'm gonna get back to them niggas while I locked them in the feds. How them niggas was wilding.
Yeah, I saw your boy in there, Shotgun Suge, you know, battle rapper Shotgun Suge. You know, he Grape Street with Sue Surf, Free to Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw Suge on that Shotgun.
A lot of people don't know that's Shaquille O'Neal nephew too.
7,000.
Yeah, Shotgun
with the
Suge.
majority being black at 49%. Violent crimes in Newark are 36% above the national average. Newark is divided into sections called wards. They got the North Ward, South Ward, East Ward, Central Ward, and West Ward. There's two things that Newark is known for. Newark has one of the highest rates of motor vehicle theft, and two, gang activity in Newark is legendary. Enter the Grape Street Crips. But before I get into all of that, I'm gonna need you to like, subscribe, and comment down below. This is the Crime Street Journey. The Grape Street Watts Crib started in the Jordan Downs housing projects in the East Side, Watts, South LA area. The projects runs from Grape Street to 97th Street. And because of the grape, that's why they wear the purple. But why New Jersey? A LA street gang in Newark, New Jersey. On
And
March
Elizabeth,
7,
New Jersey. Having Elizabeth
1994,
too.
then California Governor Wilson signed into law the 3 strikes and you're out criminal sentencing measure. The 3 strikes law increased the prison sentence of felons who had been previously convicted of violent or serious felonies and limited the ability for the offenders to receive a punishment other than a prison sentence. Added on top of it, a lot of the criminals, OGs, gangsters that were living in California on their first, second strike fled the state, ended up in different parts of the country. One of those OGs ended up in Newark, New Jersey, and started the Grape Street Crips. On August 22nd, 2001, a federal grand jury in Newark returned an indictment charging the Grapes with conspiracy to distribute and possess heroin and cocaine. Rashid O.G. Hargrove, one of the leaders of the Grape Street Crips, back then they were also known as the Third World Crips, operated out of the Hyatt Court housing projects in Newark. According to the testimony in the trial, the Grapes controlled Hyatt Court and used it to operate their cocaine and heroin distribution business from the early 1990s until the indictment in August of 2001. During that time, the Grapes used violence, intimidation, and controlled their drug business, including shootings, torturing, and beating people that lived in Hyatt Courts. Rashad Hargrove also used several homes in Hyatt Court as stash houses where he kept drugs, guns, money, and he used to protect the packed money with pit bulls. Paulette McQueen, a resident of Hyatt Court, testified that her apartment was one of the stash houses. When Rashid and the others thought that she was stealing the drugs, they beat her and held her face against a hot radiator until her face was permanently scarred. On May 2nd, 2002, the federal grand jury returned an indictment charging all of them with distribution and possession. A jury convicted him of 1 count of conspiracy to distribute heroin and cocaine and 2 counts of distributing heroin. At the time, the U.S. sentencing guidelines mandated a life sentence for his crimes. June 19, 2010, Khalid Stratford, aka Homicide, confronted another gang member over a debt.
That's
hold on. On Garside Street. He ain't had the money. Hamo left, got the burners.
The homicide, right? He got kids with my little cousin and shit in Elizabeth and shit. He was living in Elizabeth, but he's from Newark. So when I was to the feds and shit, he was already there fighting for he came home from that last charge they talking about, but they caught him. He got caught up again with 2 bodies.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 bodies, and they gave him federal life. He got like 2 life. He got 2 life sentences for that shit, bro. He done. He tried to go to trial. I think they offer him 16 years for each count, for 2 counts.
Yeah.
But he didn't cop out till he went to trial. He thought he could beat it. But you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think you beat that when he got all these body counts?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real. They offer 16 years for the body, right? For the bodies.
Okay.
He said, nah, I'm going to trial. Because you know, for murder, you gotta be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Correct.
I guess he wasn't proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But I guess he's proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, right.
But he's a funny dude, man. That nigga funny as hell, bro. That nigga be dancing around the pods and shit.
But that's, you know what? But them usually the killers though. The ones you can't. Cause I got some homeboys like that. They joke and they play and shit. But man, you get to playing with them, they switch just like that. Cause now they don't think the shit funny. Remember my homeboy said he'd be doing some silly shit. And motherfuckers say, man, that shit funny. He did like them Joe Pesci scenes. Like he switched off and was like, bro, I ain't no motherfucking comedian. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. And you like, nah, but, you know, like your boy said, nah, it's what you said, and he don't like that shit. So a lot of times he would be silly. Motherfucker would just ignore him because they ain't wanting to hear his response. You know what I'm saying? Weird shit like that.
I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. This nigga used to gun the seat, the female correctional officer. He's a gunner. You know what a gunner is, right?
That's the one that be shooting rounds off at the females.
No, the ones that be jerking off, busting off to the females.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He was one of the gunners, yo. That nigga was funny as hell, yo.
He'd catch him coming around. Hey, he would catch him coming around the corner, huh?
Yep. Or he'd be in the shower.
Wow.
Right before count, they'd be ready for count. They're like, who in the shower? And he'll open the shower. And they'd be like, come on, Homo. They call him by a street named Homo. They said, man, lock down, man. Yo, we used to be bugging out. We're like, he got her.
Wow.
Yo,
yeah, that's something different.
That nigga's different, bro.
Yeah, you got some different niggas out there like that.
Hold on, I'm about to go back.
All right.
Sentence for his crimes. June 19, 2010, Khalid Stratford, aka Homicide, confronted another gang member over a debt at a cookout on Garside Street in Newark. When he ain't had the money, Homo left, got the burners with other people, and started lighting off, and he sprayed the whole cookout to try to kill this man. They missed, but unfortunately, an innocent bystander was killed. A woman, 33 years old, by the name of Hope Williams. She wasn't involved in nothing. She was just on a porch, innocent bystander, and 2 other people were also wounded. So 71 people were charged after a long-running federal, state, and local investigation into the Grape Street Crips in Newark. And this is straight up the RICO. So the charges that included was drug distribution, weapon offenses, and there also was a plot to murder an FBI agent. Different gang members were facing a bunch of different charges. Corey Bates is one of the members of the gang who was out there selling drugs, and he was just known for letting off shots and busting. Bates, who he hold the ranks as G, a gangster, said that he plotted to kill an agent while he was behind bars at the Hudson County Correctional Center. While in the prison library, he isolated images of the FBI agent from CDs of evidence that he obtained during his trial discovery, according to investigators. He allegedly sent the CD to his cousin, but despite Bates' best effort to avoid detection, they were intercepted by law enforcement. The prosecutors say the gang is responsible for violence and drug trafficking in North New Jersey. Quasi Matt, aka Welch's, he got life in prison. Corey Bates, life in prison. Hakeem Vander, life in prison. Eric Conception, life in prison. Justin Carnegie, life in prison. Amar Singleton, Jamar Hamilton, all these brothers. Tyquan Clark, life in prison. Okay. A lot of these things got appealed and dropped, but 30 years, 40 years, but these brothers are still serving time, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any time soon for these guys to be coming out. June 14th, 2010, the murder of Leroy Simmons. December 23rd, 2010, the murder of Rodney Kearney. May 3rd, 2013, the murder of Tyreek Johnson. October 27, 2013, the attempted murder of Almy Anderson and Sadiq Goins. November 12, 2013, the murder of Anwar West. And August 3rd, 2015, the murder of Andre Singh. The Grape Streets are also pretty relevant in hip hop music, with several rappers claiming the Grape Street set, like NLE Chopper, Arsenal the Rebel, and Shotgun Suge. And even more famous is the beef between Grape Street and Chief Keef back in 2014, where Chief Keef alleges at a show, one of the Grape Street members attempted to try to steal one of his chains off his neck.
Grape Street member from
Elizabeth. He swerved, dipped off, hit one body, and ran out, or left the scene or whatever with his jewelry and everything. So it was a robbery attempt. He wasn't robbed. And then later on, that few weeks later, that's when he dropped one of his hits, Finito, where he specifically mentions about blowing New Jersey up. And then Grape Street released response videos showing how deep they are and let Chief Keef know he's no longer welcome in New Jersey. Since the early 2000s, more than 100 members of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips have been convicted federally in connection with multiple murders, attempted murders, shootings, drug trafficking, firearm charges, and witness intimidation as a part of a coordinated investigation by the FBI and the DEA and other local law enforcement. Currently in Newark, New Jersey, the Grape Street Crips are the largest and fastest growing gang set in the state. Thank you for watching this video. Please click the like button, hit the...
Yeah, bro. And that right there, that was the beginning. That's the beginning when they got them. I'm talking about I'm about to show you something, but you be like, God damn.
So they was getting real.
I'm gonna tell you something. And the nigga C Blaze and Castor Troy, right? I mean, now I wasn't there for this, but I got this from like mad reliable sources. My man Sean Hartwell, salute to Sean Hartwell, E-Poor Posse. He did party. He's a party promoter. He's a celebrity party promoter. He do his thing, get that bag and shit, right? He was on Queens flipping a few other spots. I'm gonna get him on my show too, though. And he was like, and he was in there and shit. Them niggas was trying to extort him. You know what I'm saying? So when he was extorting them, they were so deep they ran down on him, but they got that shit off of some fag shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep it like I told my mans and them. I'm like, yo, if he would have had the proper security around him, if he had his homies around him, that shit would have never happened, because you can't come to Elizabeth and do that shit and get away with it, because we deep inside Elizabeth too. Once you start alienating people, when you get the big head, a lot of niggas ain't gonna help. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So you know what I'm saying? But yo, Sean, you know what I'm saying? He got a big, he doing his thing. I respect that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Nigga did 27 years in the feds with that E-Poor Posse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they tried it. And one tried to steal my cousin and shit. My cousin Hussein, E-Poor Posse too. Such try to sucker punch you, you know what I'm saying? But you know what that is, man. All these punk ass niggas try to sucker punch you.
Oh yeah. That's just the hate. That's the hate that's gonna come with it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a fact.
Let me let y'all see this one right here.
Agra in CVS or Walgreens. You need to watch this. A single 100 milligram generic.
103rd, Jordan down. We got a message. We Jersey. Jersey don't love you.
The New Jersey Grape Street Crips is a set of the Grape Street Crips gang that originated in the Jordan Downs public housing complex, which is located between Grape Street and 103rd Street in Watts, Los Angeles, California. The New Jersey Grape Street Crips have followed many of the same traditions and protocols of the Grape Street Crips and other Crip Street gangs. Visible demonstrations of gang affiliation, such as an identification with the colors purple and blue, which appear in clothing, hats, and bandanas worn by members. Symbolic use of the number 103, including yearly celebrations on October 3rd, also styled as 10 Trade Day, in reference to the founding of the gang in LA. Greeting each other with the phrases, "What's up" or "What's Grape" in reference to the gang's founding in Watts, tattoos, slogans, and hand gestures signifying membership in the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, and the use of a system of rules and regulations governing admission to and membership in the New Jersey Grape Street Crips. The rules governing the New Jersey Grape Street Crips establish, among other things, a hierarchical power structure in which members are given designations or rank signifying their status within the gang, which ranks include, from senior rank to junior rank, triple OG. OG is short for original gangster, double OG, OGG, BG4, baby gangster, followed by overseers, enforcers, and individual members, who are referred to as soldiers. A system of discipline and punishment for those members who violated rules, failed to carry out orders from higher-ups, or disrespected the gang, in which offending members could be stripped of rank, placed on probationary status, and/or physically assaulted or killed. And see a system of incentives in which members who desire to maintain, or rise in, rank and stature within the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, were 5 expected and required to put in work, which meant engaging in murders, shootings, physical assaults, intimidation, drug trafficking, robberies, extortion, and other criminal activities. The members of the Grape Street Crips have wreaked havoc in the city of Newark for years by committing violent murders, shootings, and drug trafficking, a D special agent in charge said. Now the residents of Newark can rest easier knowing that these criminals have been convicted of these serious charges. The defendants were charged in November 2016 in a 22-count indictment charging 14 members and associates with, among other things, 6 murders, 12 attempted murders, and numerous other violent and drug trafficking crimes committed as part of the racketeering conspiracy. An additional 68 members and associates of the Grape Street Crips, who were arrested in a coordinated takedown in May 2015, were separately charged with drug trafficking, physical assaults, and witness intimidation. The New Jersey Grape Street Crips controlled drug trafficking and other criminal activities in various areas of Newark, including the area of 6th Avenue and North 5th Street and public housing complexes at Pennington Court, Oscar Miles, the Millard Push Homes, the John W. Hyde Homes, and the former James Baxter Terrace complex. Each of these neighborhoods and public housing complexes was controlled by a leader who was responsible for overseeing the New Jersey Grape Street Crips operations and for authorizing criminal activity on behalf of the enterprise. Gang members frequently used social media, including Instagram and YouTube, to disseminate the rules of the gang. Since early as 2003, Corey Hamlet, aka Blizzy, aka
God,
C-Blaze,
I got 3 minutes. I'm about to jump off here, okay?
All right, go ahead. Have
He
your
adopted the
business,
name
Lord.
C-Blaze
All
due
right,
to his
peace.
heavy marijuana
Peace.
smoking during his teenage years. He changed it to Blizzy to add a little flair. He had a future in football and earned a full scholarship to Lackawanna College. He left the team because of issues relating to the team policies. Before he knew it, he was back in the bricks. In and around 2005, Blizzy sent Co-Conspirator 1 to rob several drug traffickers in the Wequahic section of Newark, New Jersey. Co-Conspirator 1 and other members of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, each of whom was armed with a firearm, robbed the drug traffickers of approximately $10,000 on Blizzy's behalf. Mac, aka Welch's, Cureton, aka City, Stafford, aka Stoddard Homicide, and Terrell, aka Push, had the area around the Baxter Terrace on smash. Sometime in 2006, while detained in local jails and federal prisons, Blizzy continued to serve as the leader of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips through his trusted deputies, including Welch's, who, among other things, would hold gang meetings and collect money from fellow gang members to provide to Blizzy. Blizzy also decided, among other things, which gang members would be promoted to higher ranks. For example, in or around this time, Blizzy had a message sent to Concepcion, aka Wax, promoting Co-Conspirator 1 to the rank of G. Corey Batts, aka C-Murder, was another leader in the gang. He controlled drug trade in the Court Street location under Blizzy, specifically on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Newark. He wasn't selling small quantities either. He was a major heroin distributor for the Grape Street Crips. C-Murder was flipping bricks. August 14, 2006, C-Murder drove Welch's to a location where they spotted 2 rival gang members. One was a teenager, who allegedly called out for his mother before Welch's shot the boy down. The person who was accompanying the boy was severely injured as well. Allegedly, the trigger-happy Welch's bragged and laughed about the murder. City and Homicide sold heroin and cocaine at the James Baxter Terrace housing complex from 2003 until it was demolished in 2009. After Baxter Terrace was torn down, Stafford continued to distribute heroin and cocaine at the Winona Lipman public housing complex. Singleton, aka Gangsta Moo aka Mooshie, was a member of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips who operated, among other places, in and around the 6th Avenue location, Orange, New Jersey, and Irvington, New Jersey. On or about December 21, 2009, Mooshie possessed a 9mm caliber Ruger P89 semi-automatic firearm that was used in a shooting that same day. About 2 weeks later, while fleeing from police officers, Mooshie dropped the same gun. 5 days after that, Mooshie hid away from cops inside a closet, in which he also had hidden a .38 caliber Smith & Wesson Model 442 revolver. Other members carried heat as well. In 2010, Blizzy received from Co-Conspirator 3, an associate of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, approximately 50 bricks of heroin, which he then resold for profit. Blizzy spoke with Co-Conspirator 4 about the sale of bricks of heroin that Blizzy had received from City. In May, Blizzy began to demand that Anderson and his team make cash payments to him because he believed that associates of Anderson were responsible for shooting at him. On June 14, 2010, a 30-year-old Newark man died after being shot several times outside his clothing store in the city's South Ward. John Leroy Simmons was shot several times in the upper torso and head near Bergen Street and Clinton Avenue. Officers responded to the scene at 6:15 p.m. after receiving an alert from the ShotSpotter's gun detection system and several calls from residents reporting a shooting. The gunfire drew a large crowd of city residents from the nearby Clinton Arms and Oak Brook Square apartments. A couple of days later, on June 19, 2010, during a family cookout on Garside Street in Newark, Homicide confronted an individual about a drug debt. Homicide and several other gang members left the cookout to retrieve firearms, and later returned. They fired more than a dozen shots at the person whom Homicide originally confronted. A woman who was not involved in the dispute was standing on a nearby porch and was shot and killed. 2 other people were wounded and survived. 2 days before Christmas the same year, around 6 p.m., 2 men were shot several times as they sat in a black sport utility vehicle at Court and Broome Streets in the Central Ward. Rodney Shaker Kearney died at University Hospital a short time later. The extent of the second victim's injuries were not immediately known. It was said that Kearney was recovering from a previous shooting just 5 months prior unrelated to this war. He was shot in a car and the driver was killed. Other people were shot but survived. This time, Kearney wasn't so lucky. On October 10, 2011, during an outdoor cookout, Welches used an assault rifle to attempt to kill a fellow gang member who had previously cooperated in a murder investigation and whose loyalty to the gang was in question. Welches shot 8 individuals at the Kempsco Village housing complex. Nobody died, but at least 2 suffered permanent or life-threatening injuries. What's crazy? He had been released from prison just 3 months before this Columbus Day shooting. After being charged by the Essex County Prosecutor's Office with the attempted murder, Welches was provided during the discovery process with the identity of the only witness against him. That witness had to go. Welches ordered fellow gang members to kill that witness. Gang members took substantial steps to carry out Welch's orders, but the murder never took place. On or about May 30, 2012, Blizzy had a telephone conversation with Welches, who was detained, in which Blizzy stated that he would provide Welches with money to get a lawyer if Welches asked Blizzy to do so. The following day, on or about May 31, 2012, Welches had a telephone conversation in which he told Duhai, "Get that shit from Wax, put that up, and grab that grand from Keem," basically instructing Duhai to pick up money from Concepcion and Vanderhall to use for Welches to retain an attorney in connection with a pending criminal case. Carnegie, aka Duhai, was a member of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, who operated around the 6th Avenue location in Orange. At a time, he was known to keep a loaded Romer Messe Cougar 7.62x39 assault rifle, and an American Industries Calico M100, 22 liters R carbine. In or about 2012, Blizzy received from Co-Conspirator 5 dozens of bricks of heroin, which Blizzy then resold for profit. Same year, Blizzy threatened Co-Conspirator 1 with bodily harm, because Blizzy believed that Co-Conspirator 1 may have been cooperating with authorities. All summer 2012, on separate occasions, Blizzy picked up the profits accumulated through crack sales from Wax and Keem. In September, Blizzy posted a photograph on social media showing his back, where Blizzy had a tattoo of, among other things, the phrase 100% Grape, the phrase "What's up," and a hand making a New Jersey Grape Street Crips gang sign. That October, Blizzy traveled to Los Angeles to meet with members of the Grape Street Crips in Watts, Los Angeles. Newark Mayor Ros Baraka, then a councilman serving as deputy mayor, recruited Blizzy to take part in an anti-gang initiative. Because of his influence of the youth that they asked him, would I mind sitting on the council and to help disintegrate issues. Through Baraka, they were able to establish an organization called SOS, which stands for Saving Ourselves. The city of Newark paid for tickets to fly to the West Coast to tackle the issues dealing with the gang culture in the city of Newark. In early 2013, Blizzy allegedly authorized Tony Phillips and other gang members to murder Tarek Johnson because Johnson had grown too close to Al Malik Anderson. Coley Jones, aka Hatman and Al Malik Anderson, operated a heroin distribution marketplace out of the first floor hallway of a residential building.
Ain't that niggas are telling us that when they investigate these niggas, they got microphones, they got all that shit to hear everything, you know what I'm saying? The eavesdrop, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times when they say a CI, a confidential informant, sometimes, a lot of times they be bugs. They be putting at people's shit. Like they listen on their phone calls or all that. I don't know who told or who didn't tell. But I believe somebody did drop a dime, you know what I'm saying in that case, because I was locked up with And the feds were quite a few of them, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really talk about the case too much because it was still ongoing. But my boy Hammer, that's my man, man, was real tight, so we talked about a lot of shit. I believe someone told, you know what I'm saying? They just didn't know who at the time.
Building at 25 Johnson Avenue in Newark. The building is just a few doors away from the Malcolm X Shabazz High School and the Push James Park playground. The conspiracy was led by them, who, along with other heroin dealers that worked with them, took advantage of the building's location on a dead-end street, making it difficult for law enforcement to infiltrate the distribution network, despite a constant stream of buyers entering the building at all hours of the day. Lookouts were paid by the defendants to alert them to any police activity coming onto the block from the only access point on Clinton Avenue. Police could not infiltrate the building without lookouts detecting their presence and signaling the sellers. Members of the drug trafficking organization also set up an escape route whereby residents were paid to keep their doors unlocked. The dealers in the hallways would run through the building and exit via fire escapes at the rear of the building, or simply hide within the apartments before police could apprehend them. The drug conspiracy operated nearly 24 hours a day and was well known among heroin users, who came from several different counties across New Jersey. The defendants allegedly worked in carefully planned shifts in order to handle the constant flow of heroin buyers. The heroin was sold in various brands which were stamped onto the glassine envelopes that contained the heroin, allowing buyers to identify and purchase the brands that they preferred. The defendant sold on average 1 to 2 kilograms of heroin per week between January 2013 and November 2015. On or about October 7, 2013, Welch's Do High shooter and Push sought to avenge the murder of a fellow gang member who had recently been killed by rivals. They piled into a blue 2000 Jeep Cherokee and traveled to the area of Avon Avenue in Newark, where one of them fired 14 rounds from a Ruger Model P95 DC 9mm semi-automatic pistol in an attempt to shoot members of the rival gang. After returning to their staging area after the shooting, Welch's possessed the gun, and the gang fled from police officers who attempted to arrest them. Keem helped Do High shooter and Push flee from police after Welch's ended up getting caught. On or about October 12, 2013, Welch's, while incarcerated at the Essex County Correctional Facility, spoke by telephone with Co-Conspirator 9, a member of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips. During that conversation, Welch's told Co-Conspirator 9 that Do High shooter and Push had to be punished by physically assault because none of them had helped him flee from or fight the police officers who had arrested him. Welch's specifically instructed Co-Conspirator 9 to inform Blizzy that these gang members had to be disciplined. A day later, he spoke to them three directly, letting them know how he felt about the situation. During that call, Welch's told Do High that officials at the Essex County Correctional Facility were not going to house Welch's on the tier designated for Crip gang members because he had too much influence. Do High confirmed that Blizzy had been informed that Welch's Do High shooter and Push had retaliated against others for the murder of Co-Conspirator 8. On or about October 14, 2013, while incarcerated, Welch's told an associate, "I'm in the field. I'm beefing with guys. I'm at war. I'm a gangster." Welch's further stated that rival gang members would kill Welch's in order to advance their own status within their gang, because, according to Welch's, "You know how much blood's on my hands." On or about October 18, 2013, Push used a social media account to post a photograph showing Push at the Riverview Court location, with two individuals flanking him and aiming firearms at the camera, next to which Push wrote, "My little guy's going to kill for me ABG to the end," thereby informing his followers that junior gang members were willing to commit acts of violence on Push's behalf. The term ABG stands for Anybody Gets It, a violent subset of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips. On or about October 22, 2013, Blizzy posted another message on social media, disputing the rumor that Blizzy had purportedly cooperated with law enforcement, and indicating that Blizzy would be retaliating against the individual whom Blizzy believed to be responsible for disseminating the rumor by writing, specifically, "This the last time I'm addressing this. For all you dudes who slander me and backbite, I never told, ratted, snitched on no one. No one on the planet is in jail because of me. For all you lames who saw this paperwork, know it's a fraud. Question my manhood, then come get a sample if I don't speak, please believe it's like that. You corny country dudes will never be on my level. I play by the rules. That's why a live dude will never respect the antics of you cowards. Google the names you pet detective, nothing adds up. Shortly thereafter, between on or about October 22, 2013, and on or about October 24, 2013, Blizzy used social media to show his followers the power that he held, and the vast number of gang members and associates whom he could mobilize, as the leader of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, by posting several photographs showing Blizzy standing in front of dozens of members and associates of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, including Welch's and Do High, and by writing, among other things, "F with me, you know I got it." Literally in October 2013, Blizzy met with Anderson at the mall at Short Hills in Millburn, New Jersey, in a meeting that had been set up by Anwar West, a member of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, who was a close associate of Anderson. West attempted to broker a truce between Blizzy and Anderson. Al-Malik Anderson himself turned to social media to spread rumors in the community before the meeting at the Short Hills Mall that accused Hamlet of being an informant. It wasn't true. But Hamlet soon found out that Anderson had himself been a cooperating informant for the Essex County Prosecutor's Office. "I just put it on Instagram," said Blizzy in court. "Social media has a lot of benefits. Social media has a way to get people to understand, like maybe a mood you were in or what you like, see where you at the moment, you might be in the park, it might got nice scenery, whatever the case may be, or even promote events. But I used it on that day to show that you trying to come at me when, all actuality, you the rat." The rat in this case being Anderson. Blizzy was a ghost and was virtually untraceable, except for social media, in which a number of clues pointed to him being a member of the Crips. No phone messages or calls linked him to any crimes. His name only came up during investigations. C-Murder was still hunting down Anderson under the direction of Blizzy. On or about October 27, 2013, C-Murder, Blue, Fresh, and Co-Conspirator 10 while driving in Fresh's black Jeep Cherokee SRT8, when searching. C-Murder held a Mac 11 submachine gun, equipped with a silencer, while another gunman wielded a Calico M960A mini submachine gun, and two others had handguns. They pulled up on a silver four-door porch at a red light on Wright Street. The porch belonged to Anderson. They swerved into the, what would be, oncoming traffic lane, and cut off the porch from making any moves. Afterwards, C-Murder leaned out the window and started spraying the porch up with bullets. Although he couldn't see who was in the car because of the tinted windows, but it had to be Anderson. As C-Murder was shooting the fully automatic Mac 11 at the car, the wielder of the Calico was having issues, as the gun malfunctioned and wouldn't shoot a bullet out. Another person in the car began shooting with a handgun. C-Murder was accidentally shot in the hand by a fellow gang member. Out of the corner of his eye, C-Murder seen someone emerge from the bullet-ridden porch. Turns out, a woman, Sadiya Gaines, was driving, and Anderson was in the right-hand passenger seat. The woman was Anderson's cousin. C-Murder and the rest began making their escape before the police arrived. Fresh, Blue, and Co-Conspirator 10 drove C-Murder to St. Michael's Hospital in Newark, New Jersey. C-Murder provided a false name to police who interviewed him about his gunshot wound. He said he obtained the wound while wrestling a gun from an assailant. Cops didn't believe his story and arrested him shortly after. Anderson and his cousin survived, narrowly escaped and survived the shooting, but not without bullet wounds. On or about October 29, 2013, following the attempted murder, Blizzy posted on social media a postcard that stated, "Rumors are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots." On or about November 3, 2013, C-Murder, while incarcerated at the Essex County Correctional Facility, told an associate, "It's wartime. I was hunting all week." 3 days later, C-Murder, while incarcerated at the Essex County Correctional Facility, told an associate, "Anderson and Gaines would have been done if they would never hit me. I'm talking about they was done, like, literally, done, like, no coming back." C-Murder then said, Co-Conspirator 10 saved them. Following the meeting between Blizzy and Anderson at the Short Hills Mall, which Anwar West had helped set up, Blizzy authorized and directed fellow gang members to kill West, among other reasons. He believed that West was too close to Anderson, and that West had been disloyal to him and the New Jersey Grape Street Crips. On or about November 12, 2013, shooter lured West into a Jeep Cherokee, the same vehicle used in the previous shooting. Shooter purposely left West alone inside the Jeep Cherokee at or around the 6th Avenue location. Push walked over to the truck, stuck the gun through the window, and shot West once in the head. Push didn't have any personal problems with West, nor did he really know him. He claimed he did it strictly on orders from Blizzy. After the shooting, he threw the gun in the river. On or about November 12, 2013, Grimsley managed a heroin packaging operation on behalf of City, located in Newark. Inside the heroin mill, City, Grimsley, and others had stored kilos of heroin and numerous items used to cut and package heroin for distribution, including grinders, scales, rubber bands, tape, and glassine envelopes, with the stamp Obamacare in red ink, so they were still getting money. Little did they know, Cureton and Stafford sold to D confidential informants nearly $20,000 worth of heroin in separate transactions. Blizzy told co-conspirator 4 that Green, the brother of Anderson, had to be killed. So on March 3, 2014, Fresh, driving a Jeep Cherokee SRT8 in which Blizzy was a passenger, pulled up next to a car driven by Green, which also had multiple passengers inside. Blizzy pointed a firearm at Green and the passengers inside the car, prompting Green to speed off in an attempt to escape. A short time later, after Blizzy had gotten out of Fresh's Jeep, Fresh located Green and began to chase another vehicle in which Green and several other individuals were driving. Green's second car crashed near the intersection of Irvine Turner Boulevard and Spruce Street. Numerous shots were fired from Fresh's Jeep in the direction of Green, injuring him. Wesley Childs, a passenger in Green's car, was killed, and Velma Catino, an innocent bystander who was a passenger in one of the vehicles involved in the crash, was shot and killed. On or about April 28, 2014, Blizzy spoke by telephone with co-conspirator 12, a member of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, about collecting a debt that co-conspirator 12 owed to Blizzy. On or about May 8, 2014, Blizzy received a telephone call from an individual during which the individual attempted to confirm that a third party had paid a sum of money to Blizzy, but Blizzy responded, "I don't do no phone stuff, but you done dumbed it up," meaning that Blizzy did not discuss his criminal activities over the telephone. The New Jersey Grape Street Crips would not cease their criminal activities, even when charged with crimes by federal law enforcement, by Duhai stating specifically, "F the feds, they ain't stopping me. They Trina bury me with all that time, prosecutor has it out for me. I ain't sitting in the county, in the pop bail, in the go to trial, in the pick 12, F these crackers, I ain't scared of no jail. 25 to life, I ain't tacking no L." On or about September 8, 2014, Blizzy posted on social media a photograph of the album cover of Duhai and Mushi's mixtape. On or about October 3, 2014, during the celebration, Blizzy and other gang members filmed a video threatening a Chicago-based rapper, believed to be Chief Keef. During the video, Blizzy stated, "This your boy Castor Troy. 103rd. Jordan down. We got a message for you. We got a message. We Jersey. We got an issue for you, Chief." Co-conspirator 15 said, "You disrespect my block. All head shots. I ain't playing with you. South over Sosa. Shoot on sight, play with me. Come through. We was waiting for you. We had the grips out and everything. Why you didn't come through?" When co-conspirator 15 used the phrases "all head shots" and "shoot on sight," he 39 meant that the Chicago-based rapper should be killed. By using the phrase "we had the grips out," Blizzy then pushed co-conspirator 15 behind him and, while approaching the camera, said, "Jersey don't love you. You gets no money in my state. You gets no money in my state. F you, Chief. F you, Chief." Blizzy, co-conspirator 15, and the other gang members then flashed gang signs associated with the New Jersey Grape Street Crips. On or about March 17, 2015, during a trial at the Essex County Superior Court, Mushi attempted to intimidate Victim 10 by having members of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips in the courtroom, while Victim 10 was called as a witness against Mushi. As a result of this intimidation, Victim 10 refused to testify against Mushi, and the charges against him had to be dismissed. Shortly after the charges were dismissed, during a telephone call with a fellow gang member, Mushi bragged, "You know what, who you know cause ruckus on these mother effing streets, come home, do whatever the F they want, and still be out here, son." On or about March 18, 2015, Mushi spoke with Duhai, who was at the New Jersey Southern State Prison. During the call, Mushi told Duhai about a dispute between Mushi, 40 at the time, and a younger member of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips from around the Georgia King Village public housing complex, dubbed the Ville. Mushi told Duhai that Blizzy had put co-conspirator 15 in charge of the Ville. Mushi stated, "At the end of the day, if mother effing mini me, Blizzy, and anybody say like, oh, this is what happened, Like y'all ain't gonna second guess, y'all ain't question that stuff or nothing, referring to the fact that other gang members would not question orders emanating from Blizzy or Welch's. On or about March 18, 2015, Mushi had a telephone conversation with Keem, in which Keem stated that Push needed $300 in US currency to make bail in a criminal case. After Keem told Mushi that Blizzy and Keem had each agreed to provide $100 each, Mushi agreed to provide $100. Between at least in or around July 2013 and on or about May 5, 2015, Mushi and Du Hai engaged in multiple acts of heroin distribution to retail-level customers. On or about July 10, 2015, Push conducted a heroin transaction at or around the Riverview Court location. After the transaction, on or about July 10, 2015, Push possessed, among other things, 1 brick of heroin, and tried to run away from police officers, who ultimately apprehended him. About August 10, 2015, Blizzy used social media to post a video filmed at the Pennington Court location. During the video, Blizzy stated, This is one of those places where if you ain't invited, you don't come to. Blizzy then stated, shout out to the homie Rare Izzo and 280's own boys, free my 71, y'all know what that is, Jersey. November 20, 2015, while detained at the Essex County Correctional Facility, Du Hai and 2 co-conspirators physically assaulted Victim 11 and Victim 12, in part because Victim 11 and Victim 12 were associated with Anderson. This case was conducted under the auspices of the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force and the FBI's Safe Streets Task Force, a partnership between federal, state and local law enforcement agencies. The individuals involved in this story received life down to 12 years in prison. That's all for now. Stay low. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, they ain't done yet though. We about to get back into this one. I'm telling y'all, man, these guys was wilding. They was wilding in the feds too. Real talk.
Hit in one night. Multiple acts of violence that led to the arrest of 70 men and women that was later sentenced to over 700 years in prison.
Officials say they sold drugs, intimidated witnesses, and plotted to kill an FBI agent.
This story is told using multiple sources of public information. The New Jersey Grape Street Crips is a set of the Grape Street Crip gang that originated in the Jordan Downs public housing complex in Los Angeles. Like most gangs, they follow a hierarchy with rules and regulation for gang politics. OG stands for original gangster, and the highest ranking member would be a triple OG. Under that, a double OG. Under that, an OG. Any member that committed a violation of any rules would be disciplined according to an OG. To move up in rank, members would have to put in work, meaning commit a homicide, move drugs, or other acts of violence. The more extreme the act, the more recognition you get. For the New Jersey Grape Street Crips, the main housing complex is around Newark, New Jersey. To make money, the gang would do what gangs do, hustle by any means necessary. Members of the gang are all from about 6 different housing projects, and each project has a leader who is responsible for making the big decisions. Those leaders all answer to Corey. He was the top dog, and his right-hand man was Mac. A member of the gang was a victim of a homicide, and in August 2006, Grape Street members C Murder and Mac suited up, and as an act of revenge, they did a drive-by on a rival gang. One of the victims passed away, and the other survived the attack. In 2010, Corey began to extort another gangster named Al Malik and his associates. Corey demanded regular cash payments. In October 2012, Corey went to LA to check in with the original Grape Street Crips from Watts. One of the hustlers in the neighborhood is named Al Malik. Corey put a green light on the head of a few gangsters, including Al Malik and Tariq. In early 2013, Corey gave C Murder and Blue an order. And unbeknownst to them, that order would later cause them to spend the rest of their life in prison. The order was a green light to hit Tariq because he was rolling with Al Malik. And on May 3rd, 2013, they caused the death of Tariq. They would then leave his body on a street in Newark. They would later be arrested and sentenced to life in prison. But more on that later in this story. In July 2013, Mac was released from jail. In August 2013, Mac told Corey that he knew the whereabouts of Al Malik. There was a rumor going around that Corey cooperated with law enforcement. C Murder discussed this with other members and established that Al Malik was the one passing out snitch paperwork on Corey. In October 2013, while on the phone, C Murder told Mac that he missed an opportunity to smoke Al Malik. That same month, Mac and another Grape Street member hopped in a blue Jeep and went on a mission of revenge for their friend Damien, who was recently a victim of a homicide from a rival crew. A few weeks later, they would post on social media telling friends and law enforcement of their homicidal intentions.
Prosecutors say these alleged gang members ratted out themselves and didn't even know it.
That same month, Corey finally met with Al Malik at the Short Hills Mall in Millburn, New Jersey, so they could come to an understanding about the ongoing issue they have with each other. After meeting up, Corey wasn't feeling that he was getting the respect that he deserves. And on October 25th, Corey posted paperwork on social media that Al Malik was a snitch. 2 days later, C Murder and 3 other members hunted down Al Malik and attempted to take his life. They sprayed his car with slugs. Al Malik and his friend was hit a few times but survived. During the attempt, a member of Grape Street accidentally shot C Murder in his hand while aiming at Al Malik. C Murder ended up at St. Michael's Hospital in Newark and gave law enforcement a fake name when they interviewed him. A day later, they went to social media again and posted more incriminating statements about the incident. The meeting at the mall was set up by a Grape Street member named Anwar. Corey believed that Anwar was too close to Al Malik, so he gave the green light on him also. So on November 12, 2013, a gang member lured his friend Anwar into the blue Jeep and told him he'll be right back. Grape Street member Terrell ran up and hit Anwar once above the neck, which resulted in his death. Corey then green-lighted another hit on Maurice, who is Al Malik's brother, and on March 3rd, 2014, in broad daylight, Corey and another member, Ahmad, pulled up beside Maurice's car. Out of the side of his eye, Maurice saw a firearm and pulled off in his Oldsmobile Alero. A car chase started, and for a few moments, Maurice was driving to save his life, but then he crashed into a Hyundai Sonata and a Dodge truck at the intersection. Not to pass up the opportunity, Ahmad and Corey opened fire on Maurice, hitting him multiple times. Maurice was hit, but survived, and the person in his passenger seat wasn't as lucky. They didn't survive. When the smoke cleared, it was realized that one of the shots from Ahmad and Corey also hit an innocent bystander, a 43-year-old woman that was in the passenger seat of the car that Maurice crashed into. She didn't make it. Corey remained a free man, as in October 2014, at the spot in Pennington Court, he and his gang made a video threatening the life of rapper Chief Keef.
We got a message. We Jersey. We got an issue for you, Chief.
I got an issue for you.
Matt played a significant part of the crimes in this story. He admitted to incidents that included a time when he discharged a firearm and caused the death of a teenager, and another time paralyzing another young man. He pled guilty to a shooting in 2011 in the Kempsco Village housing complex, where he and his gang shot 8 people. Prosecutors said after he was charged with attempted murder, he ordered another gang member to kill the witness. He also admitted to the plot to kidnap and rob a drug trafficker and order the death of 2 other gang members. In August 2015, Corey posted another video to social media, letting people know what it is and who not to mess with.
Prosecutors say these alleged gang members ratted out themselves and didn't even know it. And investigators say Corey Batts was recorded on a federal wiretap trying to mail photos of an FBI agent he wanted dead.
Unfortunately for him, the individual whose help he sought turned out to be an informant who was taping their conversations.
Over the next few years, a combined effort between different law enforcement agencies resulted in the arrest of more than 70 members of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips. Ahmaud Manley, at 32 years old, was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Tony Phillips, at 28 years old, was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 35 years in prison. Ahmed Singleton, at 29 years old, was sentenced to 19 years in prison. Justin Carnegie, at 31 years old, was sentenced to 25 years.
Let's go back.
Members ratted out themselves and didn't even know it. And investigators say Corey Batts was recorded on a federal wiretap trying to mail photos of an FBI agent he wanted dead.
Unfortunately for him, the individual whose help he sought turned out to be an informant who was taping their conversations.
Yeah.
Over the next few years,
Crazy.
A combined effort between different law enforcement agencies resulted in the arrest of more than 70 members of the New Jersey Grape Street Crips. Ahmaud Manley, at 32 years old, was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Tony Phillips, at 28 years old, was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 35 years in prison. Ahmed Singleton, at 29 years old, was sentenced to 19 years in prison. Justin Carnegie, at 31 years old, was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Khalil Stafford, at 35 years old, was sentenced to life in prison. Quasi Mack, at 29 years old, was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Rashawn Washington, at 31 years old, was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Tony Phillips, at 28 years old, was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 35 years in prison. In 2018, Carnegie, at 31 years old, was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Khalil Stafford, at 35 years old, was sentenced to life in prison. Quasi Mack, at 29 years old, was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Rashawn Washington, at 31 years old, was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Tony Phillips, at 28 years old, was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 35 years in prison. In 2018, Corey went to trial, and in July, he was sentenced to 2 concurrent terms of life in prison. For the young men and women, this is a cautionary tale to gain understanding of the time you will lose in jail.
That's crazy, yo. And I'm going to tell you, that nigga Homicide is off the chain, yo. That motherfucker funny as hell, man. Come home soon. Damn, nigga got life. I can't even tell the nigga come home soon.
Newark, New Jersey.
The thing that most everybody says is that it's a culture, right?
Fair
It's a
use,
culture
fair
that
use.
minimizes life, and it glorifies violence and guns and the easy access to guns.
The feds say these men are members of the Grape Street Crips, a gang not only selling drugs like heroin across the state out of this housing complex in Newark, but also intimidating anyone who dared to testify against them in court.
We have children who are being shot and killed right now. These parents lost their son on Christmas Day senselessly. The Haley family lost their baby senselessly a few days ago. We have to do some things right now.
The mayor can't go out here and make a press statement and the crime has disappeared. He can't hire 2 million police officers and put them on every corner. We don't even have the revenue to do such.
While the majority of Newark's murders are drug or gang related, what police call targeted killings, the children killed on Christmas Day were innocent bystanders, kids with bright futures claimed by streets that are becoming more dangerous every day.
From Clinton Ave, tap in. Charlie Bow, 313.
Tap in.
If you ain't checking with nobody, you can get killed from anywhere from up there. Always right here.
Okay. Straight like that. I ain't gonna hold you. Niggas can't come down here. I ain't gonna hold you. Ain't from here. You don't want to come here. Straight up. Shit not for you. For everything happens.
Okay.
When shit happens, it happens down here. Niggas don't care.
I'm from Newark, New Jersey, from Captown, yeah. It's everyday nature though, like shit ain't gonna never stop. So it's like it's just regular everyday shit, I guess, on the violence, you know. Like, what I think about it, that shit need to stop. But that shit ain't gonna never stop.
Live on Norfolk, what's up, Eastside gang, you heard? WG, you heard? Moolah G, you heard? Know that, man. G.I.P. my man Carter, what's up? WG, you already know.
Norfolk tonight, Rob G. Norfolk.
You already know.
G, man, Norfolk, nigga, man. Certified. Hey. Doing this, man. Fight for the money.
Slash that shit right off the face, man, fresh home, man. Y'all here tripping, man. Y'all here, man. Money ain't about nothing, man.
Shout out to the set. I got it. Big 80, Norfolk, man. Know that we out here, man. 24/7, man. Already know. Free the homie shop, man. Free the homie LJ. G.I.P. Carter, man.
North stand up.
All in that shit. Shout out to the Rob, you know what's out here, man. Bugging out here, you got the rock.
Lost a lot of niggas to this shit. You feel me? Like, I lost like Louis. That nigga was like, that's little bro. You feel me? But he was the one. You feel me? So that was like somebody that was really close to me, because you feel me, we really started slept in the same bed and shit, jail, hustled together on the same motherfucking strip.
Baby girl, it's so simple. Blue money on my damn mind, got them blue hundreds on my mental. Pull up in an X6, I ain't cash it out, it's a rental. Gang banging in that selling drugs, yeah, I'm sorry, mama, what I'm into. Little nigga better go to school, little nigga better read a Kindle. This street life ain't your life, little nigga better use your temple. Louis going hard, Louis going stupid, Louis gotta switch the flow up. Yeah, just like a damn squirrel tryna bust a nut, I just go nuts. Every week I be copping shit, every week I gotta hit the stove up. Every day I be pulled up, every day I gotta fuck my dough up. Yeah.
Dear Qualu, I don't know where to start, so I'ma start by telling you when you got shot, shit broke my heart. We was finally starting this time, that shit put us in the dark. I refuse to believe we gotta put you in a park, my nigga.
Newark, New Jersey is about 10 miles away from Manhattan, but it is like a whole different world from living in Manhattan. Newark is one of the most violent cities in the world. It is known for being a home of carjacker and gang violence. There were so many carjackings in New Jersey that they made a whole movie about it.
I remember when me and Mitchell was just little kids. We used to watch his older brothers go out and snatch up cars just for joyrides around the block. We couldn't wait till it was our turn to get behind the wheel.
On the weekends, you could just go to the corners and find people racing cars. If you ever watch Fast and the Furious, this has nothing on Newark on a Friday and Saturday night.
With a wild high-speed chase, a crash that led to the death of 2 teenagers inside a stolen vehicle in New Jersey. Police say the car hit 2 light poles before crashing into a home and bursting into flames.
It was horrific, and this happened early this morning in Newark. No one inside the home was hurt.
Newark is always one of the most top-rated cities when it comes to murder rates in the United States.
At 11, Chopper 2 captured a police chase and arrest in Newark this afternoon. Happened around 5 near the intersection of 15th Avenue and 18th Street. Police say 2 officers on patrol saw a car stop and someone inside shot a man standing near the intersection.
A college student is gunned down as he sat in his car in Newark. His killer still on the loose tonight, and sources say police now believe this shooting may be a case.
All right, for all those that don't know, Newark, New Jersey is about 5 minutes from Elizabeth, right? Elizabeth got the same thing going on. We're just a little smaller town. We got the Grape Street Crips out there too. All around uptown, Jackson Ave, Bond Street, you know what I'm saying, uptown. We got the Brams with the Powers, we got all that, you know what I'm saying? And all of it is ridiculous and reckless. I'm doing this show right now. I want y'all to see what happens to gangbangers Now, they give y'all racketeering charges. Y'all throwing your lives away now. Y'all doing forever. You dig what I'm saying? So this not just about glorifying. This ain't glorifying no gangs because I'm God by it. This is letting it be known what could happen to you by getting into this gang shit. That's all. Hope y'all enjoyed this program. I'm gonna keep it going for y'all till it's finished. The next show though, I'm gonna do another show tonight, man.
Case of mistaken
identity.
identity.
A violent weekend in Newark. 2 children were shot in separate shootings, and new video shows a man killed in the street. CBS 2's Corey James reports.
In a matter of seconds, life changed for the man in this video. As 29-year-old Corey Thompson turns his back to get into his black Range Rover, tragedy happens. We're freezing that graphic moment showing 2 men firing multiple rounds, killing the local rap artist. But here you see the suspects taking off and hopping into their getaway SUV.
Jersey police say they've taken down a drug ring, arresting 28 people in a sting. Investigators say they seized nearly 40,000 doses of heroin and fentanyl and 22 guns, including 5 assault rifles. Following breaking news out of New Jersey, police on the scene of 5 separate shootings in just a few hours. Good evening. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. We begin with the gunfire erupting over the span of 2.5 hours in Newark.
Several people have been shot. CBS 2's Corey James live with the latest. Corey.
Living in Newark, you can expect gang violence, prostitution, shootings, killings, carjacks, strong arm robberies. These are all the things you can expect living in Newark. Today, we're going to be looking at the top gangs in Newark. There are a lot of gangs in Newark. The Grape Street Crips, the Pyru, the Rolling 60s. There are so many sets in Newark that I can make a whole video on just different sets in Newark. We're going to just talk about the biggest sets in Newark and their impact on Newark. The Grape Street Crips are the biggest gang in Newark. They are widespread throughout the South Ward of Newark and the East Ward of Newark. Unlike the other gangs, which mainly have certain areas they're located in, the Grape Street Crips are widely spread throughout Newark. How you will notice a Grape Street Crip when you see them is they'll be wearing purple. Let's talk about the Roller 60 Crip. How you will notice them is they'll be wearing blue. Even though they're both Crips, they do wear different colors in their different sets, which means there's a possibility of rivalries. Let's talk about the Pyrus for a second. Now, you will notice a Pyru wearing burgundy. Although the Pyrus are not as big as the Grape, they are well respected throughout the city. Let's take a little dive into the Pyrus.
These dumbass hat boys, man. Dumbass hat boys be, man. These niggas like walking down Springfield Ave. I'm on the Chinese side, he on Wendy side. I see the homie, you feel me? I'm like, all right, well, I'm about to approach him homie like this.
Yo, fuck all that twerk gang, man. You feel me? Fuck all that twerk gang, you feel me? The twerk gang, ain't no talking, you feel me? Hey, big bro, what twerk, bro?
Easy, what happened, son? More or less like, I'm walking down Springfield Ave. Yeah, homie, he's strapped, so you know I gotta take that L, you feel me? Now, I know where these niggas at. Don't get it fucked up. You know these dumbass brim niggas from Holly, you feel me? I ain't real. We about to go twerk, period. Like, I ain't waiting on none of that shit. You know how I'm brazy roof, like, who the fuck is this nigga to pull a strap out
So
on
what
me?
happened though?
He pulled it, like, I'm walking down Springfield Ave. Boom. The homie walking this way, you feel me? The fool ass brim nigga walking this way.
Hey, yo,
homie,
fuck
I'm
all
supposed
that,
to be having
man.
some beef back in the day. Let the homie.
Hey, big bro, we not even know none of that, bro.
Yo, Big 100, fuck. Like, we had some beef back in the day, you feel me? Me and a couple of his brothers and me and a couple of my little brothers, you feel me? I wasn't beef for that shit. Like, more I was about to go pop on the son, pull the strap out.
Living in Newark, killers are bred young and early, which means you have a chance of getting shot by a teenager or a little kid. Don't think that just because you walk by him and he's a little kid, you shouldn't be nervous. Killers are bred at a young age in Newark, which make the young boys the most deadliest. So definitely don't get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time living in Newark.
The reason make the young boys the most deadly is right because the young boys only getting juvenile time, juvenile life. They go in, they kill somebody when they're 13, 14, 15. They go in, do juvenile life. They be home by the time they're 21. So a lot of these OGs are using young boys to put that work in because they know they can't do it because they get 30, 40, 50 years in life, shit, or things of that nature. So that's why I say stay on your kids' heels, man. Don't let them get caught up in that bullshit. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say I'm the best father in the world, but my kids respect me enough to not get in the middle of no gang shit. That's real talk right there. That's real talk, yo. Don't let your kids get caught up. Yeah, do not let your kids get caught up because they know what they're doing. They use your kids as scapegoats. I catch a motherfucker trying to put that shit in my kid's head. I'm taking their head off. And that's real talk, you know what I'm saying? This is the King of New Jersey's BTBTV. We do what we do, man. We protect ours. This is New Jersey Gangster Crime.
Time we take you out and get you put on the set properly. Take this strap, love. You said you wanted to bang for the hood, right? All right, time to show and prove.
Newark is so violent that most of the places shut down after 10 o'clock. Most major cities stay open real late till at least 2 o'clock. One of the most talked about things was the Grape Street rivalry with Chief Keef. Let's take a look on how the Grape Street rivalry started with Chief Keef.
In October of 2014, Chief Keef released a song called Finito. On the song, he mentions blowing New Jersey up after his chain was snatched or almost snatched while performing at a New Jersey club a few weeks prior.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
The song gets a good response from his fans and still gets played in clubs to this day.
Alleged robbery attempt on Chief Keef in Jersey.
I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? All I heard was came downstairs, niggas tried to get at him, niggas punched on him, that's all I heard. And then he
Elizabeth, stand up.
I wasn't there to speak on that. Well, you already know Chief Keef is not welcome in New Jersey anymore. You know what I'm saying? Basically off the disrespect, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's one thing to say, you know what I'm saying, to have beef with somebody in another state, but to go say fuck a whole state. And then the tweet, when nigga asks you specifically who you talking about, you say Bergen and Mapes. Now that's
rivalry with Chief Keef. Let's take a look on how the Grape Street rivalry started with Chief Keef.
In October of 2014.
There we go, y'all.
Chief Keef released a song called Finito. On the song, he mentions blowing New Jersey up after his chain was snatched or almost snatched while performing at a New Jersey club a few.
Chief Keef's beef with the Garden State stems from the 2014 attempted chain snatching incident during a Keef club performance in Elizabeth, New Jersey. While in the club, a group of men tried to fail to rob Sosa's jewelry. After attempted robbery, the rapper used Finito to threaten the entire state. Yo, it wasn't an attempted robbery. They got punched on, they got their shit snatched, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to admit that, but they don't have to. We know what happened.
A few weeks prior. The song gets a good response from his fans and still gets played in clubs to this day.
Alleged robbery attempt on Chief Keef in Jersey.
I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? All I heard was came downstairs, niggas tried to get at him, niggas punched on him, that's all I heard. And then he come out with a song. I wasn't there to speak on that. Well, you already know Chief Keef is not welcome in New Jersey anymore. You know what I'm saying? Basically off the disrespect, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's one thing to say, you know what I'm saying, to have beef with somebody in another state, but to go say fuck a whole state. And then the tweet, when nigga asks you specifically who you talking about, you say Bergen and Mapes. Now that's where I'm from, so that's why I step in that light.
C-Blaze, who also dabbled in the music game, took it as an opportunity to respond and let the world know how Jersey and the Grape Street Crips out of Newark felt.
We got a message. We Jersey. We got an issue for you, Chief. I got an issue for you. You disrespect my block. All headshots. I ain't playing with you. South over Sosa. Shoot on sight. Pussy. Play with me. Come through. And we was waiting for you on Twitter. We had the grips out and everything. Why you ain't come through?
Jersey don't love you. You get no money in my state. You get no money in my state. Fuck you, Chief.
Fuck you, Chief. Fuck Chief Keef. And you're lucky I was the one that grabbed your chain because that shouldn't have came with me, pussy. Man, everybody know what it is. Woo-hoo! That's what we
Let's talk about one of the most biggest fad busts there was in the history of Newark. This fad bust was a unique one because it was one of the first cases where they actually used a person's social media against them in court.
Now, federal authorities bust a drug gang setting up shop in New Jersey. 21 gang members were taken into custody today. Investigators say one of them plotted to kill an undercover FBI agent. CBS 2's Christine Sloan spoke with some of them.
Let's see what Shotgun Shook had to say about the Chief Keef beef, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're about to get to it. Yeah, we get into everything, man.
We gonna come and blow New Jersey up. Bang, bang.
Well, you already know Chief Keef is not welcome in New Jersey anymore. You know?
Chief Keef cannot come to New Jersey. That is not a question.
Chains getting took. Bitches getting fucked, baby mom's getting fucked, still pregnant, all that. We got a message. We Jersey. We got an issue for you, Chief.
You heard wrong. I don't think he know the severity of what he said.
I got an issue for you. You disrespect my block. All headshots. I ain't playing with you.
Stop. Stop the shenanigans. We smacking hoes, niggas. Spitting.
Figure for naught right now. He can't come back, man. Straight like that. That's simple.
South over Sosa. Shoot on sight. Pussy. Play with me. Man, fuck the BT award. We out here, man, lane.
You don't even know me. You don't know nobody from Bergen. For you to say Bergen is like...
They ain't come through. Jersey don't love you. You get no money in my state.
That is a full stamp fact.
So if Chief Keef walk through this door right now, it'll be go time.
Go time.
Yeah, it was fair use. Everybody subscribe to Ike Dizzy Presents. Jersey, stand up.
Chief Keef versus Shotgun Suge, man. At the time of this beef, man, Chief Keef was the hottest rapper in the game, man. Just got signed. Had I Don't Like 30 BDs with no shirt. Had Love Sosa. Had Hate Being Sober. Had songs with Wiz Khalifa, 50 Cent, you name it, man. People were scared of him, man. He was like 16, 17. Dude got banned from the BET Awards, man.
Man, fuck the BET Award.
And Shotgun Suge, man, we all know is a battler out of Bergen Street, Southport, Newark, New Jersey, representative of the Grape Street Crips.
Involved, like we Grape Street Crips at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna stand together regardless.
He used to call himself Baby Loke. He got into a little situation where he disproof and got banned from Detroit. You know, that video coming on the way. We'll talk about that later.
Nah, ain't nobody say that.
He said he ain't know who that fucking was. He said he ain't know who Shotgun Suge was over there.
Your man.
You know, Smack was doing things all over the Midwest, you know, because all the Midwest dudes was headlining stuff. Hitman Holla, A-Verb, Big T, all the dudes from the Midwest was popping. So, you know, Smack moving around. Barely had security back then. So anyway, let's get to the story of how these two got into it, man. Chief Keef at the time, hottest young street nigga in the game, made a new wave of rap, drill music. His songs was bigger than all the songs I was on the radio. To the fact where Kanye was putting out songs, pushing his label Good Music, they had like 2 songs out. I think it was like Click and Mercy. And his songs way above them shit. So what he did was find out he was from Chicago, reached out to him, had all his Good Music people on the remix, you know, to push his artists and also give him some, you know, clout, some recognition and shit. Let's say that shit worked, man. No matter how big his songs got, though, he was still getting in trouble. His image was looked at as him being a shooter. Have people like BET Awards banning him, man. Anyway, Chief Keef, this is how the story all began, man. You know, Chief Keef was out clubbing, you know. He was a young street nigga. He wasn't no Coliseum selling nigga. He wasn't no major artist yet. He wasn't iconic like he was today. So, you know, he was going to the clubs. Like, you know how the tri-state is different. Down south, they show love. They be fanned out. Only time they get into problems is like an op comes to the party. You know, but them, they just dance all night. Up north, you know, niggas be mean mugging, niggas be bumping, shouldering. That's the story, man. They say his whole crew, niggas was getting bumped up and pushed up, so niggas try to go upstairs, you know, get away from all the action and shit, go upstairs to a little VIP section and shit, and just chill out, get their money and dip. But when they way up the stairs, they turned around, found out the whole club down there following them up the steps and shit. Story goes, somebody tried to, while he on his way up the steps, somebody grabbed his chain.
Yes. Nigga rushed him, snatched his chain. He grabbed his chain back.
Supposedly, he almost got his chain snatched. That's first and foremost.
And so it ain't like the nigga like got up on him and like nigga like deboed him. Hell no, he snatched his chain. You feel me? Keep snatching shit back.
You didn't even get your chain snatched, and you still got your life. You know what I mean? So that's first and foremost.
I like to pair barefoot wine with, well, really anything with cheese.
On Chief Keef in Jersey.
I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? All I heard was he came downstairs, niggas tried to get at him, niggas punched all on him. That's all I heard.
But Chief Keef ain't go out like that. That nigga reached back, tried to grab his chain back. They went upstairs. When they went upstairs,
Trying to take my chain, they ain't going.
Chief Keef went crazy. They say he started grabbing shit, throwing shit. It's crazy. Club got shut down. They told him they had to go. And they left. Chief Keef, they say he used to carry like 3 phones on him. He had 2 phones on him when he went in the club. And he lost both of them. So they went back. Still ain't found the phone. He got mad. They said the next day he at the studio. Then he dropped the song Finito.
I just hear the stain Finito.
One of the biggest songs ever in his catalog. Probably top 5 club/hood party songs of all time. So basically, he made a song dissing Jersey. Famous line, I'ma come and blow New Jersey up.
We gon' come and blow New Jersey up.
When Shotgun Suge seen that, he started tweeting back at him.
I tweeted him like, oh, so you gonna blow New Jersey up. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But then somebody tweeted him and said, who you talking about? What you gonna blow up? And he said, my block.
He started making blogs. His whole hood got together. All the Grape Street Crips in Newark got together and they made a blog. This is Chief Keef.
You disrespect my block. Oh,
Like to be devil. Don't play around, man. Big guns as soon as, man. Big guns, straps, man. Niggas stop with the guns, man. Make jaws, nigga. It's crazy. Shotgun Suge saying that, man. Baby shit, nigga.
Shotgun made sure he was a head figure. He was on Vlad TV. Nigga made his own vlog with the hood vlogs, made his own personal vlogs on his personal page, letting Chief Keef know he's not welcome to Jersey. You see him in some site type shit. Nah. Nobody know why, but Shotgun Suge took that shit hella personal. He feel like
you don't even know me. You don't know nobody from birth. Like, he already jumped the gun and said what he said.
Yeah. So Chief Keef walked through this door right now. It would be go time.
Go time. Gotta rush him. What you gonna blow up? And he said my block. So that's when it went from here to here now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm speaking for Newark right now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of niggas don't get this, you know what I'm saying, opportunity to talk to y'all.
he was a figure of Newark, New Jersey, and a lot of people couldn't speak up, and he was a figure, so he had to speak up. Keith, at the point, didn't care. He ain't do interviews on it, but he'll drop little videos here and there, and let people know he don't give a fuck, but he was still tweeting about the situation sometimes. Then around that time, he dropped a song called Smack DVD.
I hang with a lot of fucking children. And if you disrespect my nigga, won't be get smacked, no team get smacked.
Now, most people thought it was about Shotgun Suge, but you know, Sue Surf being Sue Surf somehow entered the beef.
Chief Keef cannot come to New Jersey. We're up on it, but Sue Surf was the first person to say that Chief Keef could not come to New Jersey. I personally made the phone calls to the people that you see these blogs from. He cannot come here.
Sue Surf claimed that he was banned from New Jersey. He stamped that. He was the first one to say that shit. And, you know, Sue Surf was traveling around a lot, so they already know he wasn't hiding, but niggas knew Chief Keef wasn't scared. He wasn't hiding either, so it could have got crazy. And they could have got their sets involved. Grape Street Crips. I mean, not Grape Street. He's neighborhood. The neighborhood Crips beef with the damn BDs. Shit could have got messy. Anyway, Sue Surf started calling the song Smack DVD Whack, telling Chief Keef he was gonna get at him when he see him. It's up, arguing with his fans in the comments. They fans arguing with each other. Shit was crazy, man. Now, Shotgun Sugar Ready was banned from Detroit. T-Top was banned from Chicago at one point, man. Most of these dudes in Chicago don't care about battle rap, man. So shit could have got way out of hand. Now, to this day, they never met. They never been in the same state with each other. Chief Keef been staying in Cali. Shotgun Suge been traveling, but ain't been in Chicago too heavy. You know what I'm saying? They both was young at the time, man. It never escalated to the point. I guess it's died down. I guess it's gone. But that shit was classic. He was around at the time. But if not, yeah, how the story goes.
Yeah, y'all. Check this out. It's King, New Jersey. This is BTBTV. We bully the bullies. Yo, this is New Jersey Gangster Chronicles. Mr. Eastwood, BTBTV 2. Yo, I'm doing shows just repping Jersey on this channel. Everything got something to do with Jersey, I'm doing. The actors, the rappers, the gangsters, the old school gangsters. Elizabeth, Newark, Patterson, Jersey City, Trenton, Camden. We give you stories from everywhere. Atlantic City, Plainfield, Linden, Roselle, Rahway. All them little towns get busy. All the big towns get busy. So the next show I'm gonna do, I might do later today. It's gonna be It's gonna be Posse show. Hopefully, y'all come through and show some love. Like I said, it's the King, New Jersey's BTBTV. We bully the bullies. This is my second channel, New Jersey Gangster Chronicles, Mr. Eastwood, BTBTV 2. Yo, salute. I'm out.